Hey guys, I haven't done a video in a while, but this is Pink Sugar Creamy Sunshine Body Mist. I finally had to get it. I've been so curious about it. Also, please forgive me. I'm always doing videos at the last minute when I look totally fugly and just butt heinous, and I was at the gym. Anyway, so I was thinking, like, do I need another Pink Sugar flanker? And Burlington is right next to my gym, and I've been seeing this, and I was going to grab it, but then I stand in Burlington and just read reviews, and the Fragrantica reviews were not that great. I'm glad I went ahead and got it because, let me just say, I do really, really like this one. This is still my favorite. The Berry Blast is my favorite, but I do really like this Creamy Sunshine. I could tell you that I really like it. I think this will be great in spring and summer, unlike the original Pink Sugar, which is just too harsh on me. I understand it's very dependent on body chemistry, and on some people it really works for them and they say it's dreamy on them. On me, the original Pink Sugar is just too screechy and harsh. I actually tell a story in a different video where I made the mistake of spraying that on the beach. I had it in my beach bag. Ooh, in the summertime heat in South Carolina, that was not good. This, though, I do think you could spray on the beach. This is not strong. Okay, you guys, when I was, I don't know if I got like a defective bottle or if it's just because this is the body mist instead of the actual perfume, which I would like to have the perfume because I like the way this smells. But this isn't strong. It doesn't project, it's not loud, and it doesn't last long. Maybe I've sprayed the heck out of myself and I can barely smell it. But like, so when I was reading reviews and hadn't picked it up yet, people were like, oh, it's so screechy, it's so strong, and it's too bad that this one lasts so long because it's my least favorite. And then I saw a couple of YouTube videos where people were like, oh, this is just awful. This is like sewer, terrible. I have no idea what they're talking about. First of all, this definitely has the Pink Sugar DNA, but it's just like a really much softer version of it. I also saw where people said that this was mature. I think they just said that because it's floral. So if you're the kind of person that likes only gourmand, then maybe you're gonna pick up on the floral. I do pick up on the floral, but this by no means is like a super floral fragrance. It has that Pink Sugar DNA, but it's a softer version of it. It's a creamier, softer, subtly floral, citrusy version of it. I really like it. It also has a scent, a little bit of powderiness to it, almost like a little hint of like what I refer to as like sort of the Love's Baby Soft, that kind of powderiness, just a little hint of it. So yeah, and I heard people saying, oh, it's too bad that this one lasts so long. It's my least favorite. I don't get it. Then later, after I got this, I went ahead and looked up reviews on other sources, like people on Amazon and just like other sites, and they pretty much were mostly saying what I'm saying, which is, yeah, I really like this one, and you could wear this one in the summertime, and it's not overwhelming, it's soft, but I wish it lasted longer. I wish it projected more and lasted longer. So I like this enough that I would like to get the actual perfume of it, which they're only like 20 bucks. Some people don't like their packaging. I think it's really cute. Of course, and of course these are the body mists, not the actual perfumes, but the Berry Blast, which is so, so good. And I think everybody loves this one. I've never really heard anyone say that they dislike this one. This is really nice, but I've already done a review on this. So the little pink top on that, and then little pink top on this one. I think it's adorable, but the actual perfume, I think, has, it's the yellow stripes. And then I think it's like a more vibrant pink top. And then I think, when I say pink top, I mean this part's more vibrant. And then this part is some, I think, I don't know. Anyhow, what else was I going to say? So yeah, I feel like I look forward to wearing this in the summer. You could wear this, and that's another thing. I saw people on Fragrantica who were saying this was so strong. They're like, oh my gosh, this is so thickly sweet. It's so much more like thick, heavy, creamy sweet than the original. wrong. The original is way, way more sweet with that screechy, harsh licorice burnt note to it. Um, this is much more gentle. I also heard people say it smelled like a strong chemical. This is just Fragrantica, though, y'all. I've got to stop even paying a lot of attention to some of the Fragrantica reviews because they so often just seem like from outer space or something. But um, the people had mentioned something like a chemically note, or that it smelt like suntan lotion mixed with the chemicals of a pool, and like the chemicaliness of like plastic, like a pool float, and that it was very green. There's some very subtle greenness to this, but not really. It's citrusy. It is a very light coconuttiness, not thick coconut. The kind of floral that's just softly there is just like, I'll read the notes in a minute. It's that tiare flower, which is creamy and yummy. This is not like some heady, strong white and yellow floral mature lady fragrance. A few people said, and I'm guessing they're probably very young people, said this one is the more grown-up version or a little bit more mature. This in no way is a very mature fragrance to me. I mean, I love it. I like it, but I wouldn't call it mature by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe just that it has some slight floral notes with the citrus. It's not just pure sugar, so although it is very much the pink sugar DNA is there. So let's just look at the notes really quick. So like I said, it came out in 2020. I've always been intrigued with this one. I actually had the little travel size perfume of this, and I need to get the perfume of this too. I mean, their perfumes are only like $20 a bottle, so this was $6.99 at Burlington. Yeah, these were both $6.99 at Burlington. I was curious if it was different, but they're the same. So the notes are top notes of coconut milk, bergamot, orange, green mandarin, middle notes of sugar, tiare flower, gardenia, which I love. The gardenia is like very subtle in here. I love gardenia. If it was a standout gardenia, I would tell you. The floral is subtle in here. I think it's very well done. Ylang ylang, which I'll get back to in a minute. I'm not a huge fan of ylang ylang, although it's supposed to be like an aphrodisiac historically. And then the mimosa. Oops, my phone went off. No. What happened? This is my old phone that I'm just using for the notes, and it just went blank on me, which is why it's an old phone. Oh. No. Oh no. What? Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I'm back. So ylang ylang and mimosa, which mimosa can have the have that powderiness, which I mentioned and some other people mentioned too. I'm not a big fan of powder, so if it was a harsh powderiness, I wouldn't like this. It's a very subtle hint of powderiness. And mimosa could be like slightly green or whatever, slightly. So maybe that's where people are picking up with greenness. And ylang ylang can have like a bit of a sour at times, kind of dirtiness to it. At least looking it up on Fragrantica, they mention those qualities. So, and then base notes of vanilla, caramel, manwa oil, which apparently is like a mix of, it's like known for like the sun tanning lotion smell, a mix of like tiare flower and like coconut, sandalwood, and moss, which I really like that moss. It gives that, I like moss anyway. It's that you don't even pick up on any kind of earthiness in here, but maybe it lends to that subtle sense of like maybe dampness or whatever, which I think is nice for summertime. I do think beachy, I think pool. You could just spray this like crazy, and it's not going to be overwhelming. As a matter of fact, you'll have to keep spraying it if you like it like I do, constantly to, I've sprayed myself all over, but let me spray again now. Yeah, that's really pretty. That's a much softer version of pink sugar. And I get those pretty citruses that I read, like the bergamot orange, the green mandarin, which isn't necessarily a very green smell. And remember, this isn't just coconut, but it's like coconut milk. So I think this all blends really well. Of course, you get sugar. The florals are just subtle and really creamy type and just blended in really well, in my opinion. And then some people said, oh, this really dries down to such a thick, creamy vanilla caramel, as if that would be a bad thing. But it really doesn't. It's just like a gentle sweetness. And this almost reminds me of a much softer version of soft, which everybody says smells like pink sugar. It does, but not exactly. I like this better than pink sugar. This too, when I did the review, I mentioned that for a moment it almost has that hint of powderiness that you find in like the original Love's Baby Soft. This is nowhere near as powerful as this, but this too has that citrusiness into it. So if you could imagine like a much milder version of this and this, because this has got the pink sugar effect but with some citrus to it and just a hint of florals. Now when people said that pool smell or chemical smell, I'm thinking maybe in just the burst of the opening, maybe they're getting that bit of, sometimes ylang to me can be a bit off-putting, but it's not overwhelming though, and it's just like fleeting. It's just very fleeting. I'm guessing maybe that's what they're smelling with the citrus, but this immediately then goes into that sweet, very smoothly blended coconut milky, creamy floral, sweet powdery, and then into like vanilla sweetness. Now, did I read all the base notes? I think it said, okay, on here, on Fragrantica, oh yeah, it does have sandalwood, mineral oil, sandalwood, and moss. Sandalwood, as much as I love woody smells, sandalwood is hit or miss with me. Luckily with this, I really don't like, I actually really don't, the sandalwood would be like barely there. So this kind of is a much softer version of this, that sweet pink sugar with a little powderiness, and the citrusiness, but this has that touch of creamy florals and coconut too, and much more mild. So I like it. And like I said, when I started looking at reviews elsewhere online, people do like it also. Most people really do like it, from what I was reading. Gosh, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm stuttering. I look horrible. Why do I do these videos? Like, I can look really good, but I'm just like, oh, let me go ahead and get this video done after I've been at the gym and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm horribly tired and stuttering and the lighting is awful. But who cares? The point is, if you're wondering about this one, if you're sitting at home trying to order online, I feel like I've given you a pretty good description. You could go back and look at my review of my favorite. But let me just tell y'all though, it is January 2024 now, and I like sweets sometimes. I'm not always a sweets person, but lately I've been really in the sweets mood when I've been getting out of the shower and going to bed at night in this cold weather. And again, let me say this, even though this is sweet, this is the one you can wear in the summer. I feel like this is really appropriately named Creamy Sunshine. It is creamy. It has a much softer version of the pink sugar DNA, and it does have the citrus and the coconut milk and just, you know, nice creamy florals. So yes, so this is the summertime one. I like it. I like it very much, and I will be spraying it in the summertime. Back to what I was saying though. I just got this today. So at nighttime, I've been getting out of the shower, and y'all, I've been so sweet. I get all cozy up in my electric blanket, and I have been putting on this, the Soft, which I have grown to like more and more since I've got it. And I've discovered that with this one, right out of the shower and directly on my skin, misted directly on my skin, is so much nicer than just in the air and on my clothes. Now this is pretty strong and it will really stick to clothes and linger on clothes. But I lucked up in figuring out that this one actually does work with my chemistry. So after a shower, I'll mist this on me. And then after I've got my PJs on, I already have the Soft on, and then I'll be spraying my delicious pink sugar berry blast body mist, which I don't mind doing now. Oh, I love this one. Love it. I'm a And this is, look at the other review. It's got a mix of all different kinds of berries, including like the blueberry. And this one is not harsh or screechy either. I had the original pink sugar, but I gave it to my niece. I don't know what she did with it. I don't know if she wears it or not. I couldn't wear it. Gave it to her. I also had the pink sugar, the what is the red one? Is it the velvet? I really like that one, but I really like, that's another one I really like. But I just gave it to her because she likes sweets. So anyhow, so at night this and then this. And then, y'all, and then I've been just going over the top, ridiculous, like, then I'll be missing a little bit of the strawberry pound cake. Yum. Which, by the way, I love this, but summertime, oh, my favorite summer sweetie is the raspberry jam donut. Believe it or not, they consider that one a summer fragrance, I guess because the raspberry is a little more bright. And I guess strawberry pound cake is more wintry. That's when it's out. And then sometimes I'll be putting on the vanilla bean Noel. But definitely I've been doing these three, which I love that vanilla bean Noel too. I've been doing these three at night. Now I guess I can add this one on too because it's not even that powerful. So yeah, I think I've summed this all up. I could just read some of the things people were saying on Fragrantica, but why? Because I already kind of told you what they said. I hope this is helpful to you. If you're thinking about ordering it for yourself or someone else, just take into consideration what I said. Don't worry about any of the naysayers on Fragrantica. There are a few people on Fragrantica that like it. And like I said, the few videos that I saw on YouTube, I didn't see very many actually, but a couple of the reviewers, they're the reviewers that I like, but for whatever reason, I don't know if they just, I don't know what it was, but I don't feel like that was an accurate review of this one. But then again, you know, maybe it was the wrong time of year for them to be spraying it, or maybe they had just gotten it, or maybe there was something going on with their body chemistry. I don't know, because I know that I probably need to go back and kind of like edit some other reviews because I've been hasty in making reviews before. And then later thought, well, maybe I like this one a little more than I thought, or that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm Fragrantica, so just this little old cheapy phone. I'm so glad I have a good phone. My new phone, well, I'm not an Apple person. I'm not an iPhone person, so I like my Samsung. I've got the Samsung S23, the Ultra or whatever, and I love it. But this is my old cheapy. So yeah, the main accords are sweet, vanilla, coconut, white floral, tropical, caramel, citrus, yellow floral, lactonic, and powdery. And that's accurate. Man, I need to put a filter on myself. I look back at all my old videos and I'm like, why do you, like, most people actually try to look good for their videos and you're just like, I don't know, just wing it. I'll just do it now, but whatever. Let me see. Yeah, the people did vote this for summer, which it belongs in summer. Like when you look at that part of the votes, you know, with like the little umbrella. But some of the people in the comments were like, this is just far too caramel and creamy for summertime, or it's, who knows what they're talking about. Everybody's nose is different. Everybody's chemistry is different, but I am a fan of it. My only complaint is that it doesn't last. It doesn't really project, other than when you're like first spraying it. Like the reviews that I read for people who also liked it, a couple of people said it does last. Like it doesn't necessarily project, but it lingers on their skin. But that's, I think, them reviewing the perfume. So I need to get online at some point, take the time and dish out the $20 because I need to order the perfume of this one anyway. And I wouldn't mind having the perfume again of that, what is it called? The red velvet cake or something like that. Anyway, it's a good one too. Still my ultimate favorite. Both of these, great in summertime or anytime, but definitely can be worn in summertime. Unlike so many other heavy sweeties. So yeah, Do you like my little Dollar Tree hair clamp? I worked out hard. Well, I never work out too hard. I worked out and then also got on the treadmill, then also got in the massage chair, then went back and worked out again, then got in the tanning bed, which I don't think they ever changed the bulbs because I don't get tan. And in reality, when I go out in the sun, I get tan very easily. So that just tells me something's not going on right with their bulbs. But got my little Dollar Tree hair clamp. I love that thing though. Anyhow, please comment, share your opinions so that other people watching can read what you have to say. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.